What's going on, guys? Doing something a little different tonight. I'm actually out. I'm not inside the house right now, so I'm actually doing something different. Um, we're gonna get into it. Um, I'm I had a little technical difficulties earlier, but we definitely gonna get into it. Let me just go ahead and share this to different pages. And go ahead and I've been putting this off because I've been actually away doing my other job. I have another job, so you know, un, unlike popular belief, I have two jobs, two and a half jobs, because it takes so much of my time. And then I do this podcast. Um, and my other job, I had to help set up cameras, and I'm still waiting on to finish that. So, um, yeah, it's very interesting. I'm very busy, as I just make time for people more than I should sometimes. So that's the thing. So let me just get into sharing this real quick, and then we're gonna get into what we have for the show today. Okay, let's see here. So I have a whole different setup right now because, like I said, I'm away from my actual desk where I normally do the show. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll pull this up here. Let me grab this. Copy that. Let's see here. See here. So I have a whole different setup right now. 'Cause like I said, I'm away from all right, my actual desk where I normally do the show. So hopefully today we're going to be able to you'll be able to join the link, the live studio restream link if once I open it up for people to come on, ask questions. Um, so hold on real quick. Just trying to get used to the setup real quick.
Why are you fussing?
All right.
Stop.
Well, how y'all guys feeling tonight? How y'all guys feeling?
What you need help?
Yeah.
You supposed to go clean up, right? No, you don't gotta get on mama's bed.
All right, so let's get into it. Heritage, not hate. You are tuning in to the Peter Anderson Show. All right. So I have a public service announcement. This is a public service announcement. The Confederate flag is racist and is anti-American. This is what we're going to talk about on the Peter Anderson Show tonight. We're going to talk about heritage, not hate, and what we actually hear and the information that, I've dealt with, in different groups. Heritage, not hate. And let's go deep in a deeper dive in that. And that's what we're going to go in. So we're gonna take a minute, let you know that the phone lines are about to open up. You guys can call in. Um, so we'll be back after I, fix some editing stuff, and then we'll be right back with you. All right. All right. All right. So we back. All right. So I do want to mention something. I do want to mention something. Heritage, not hate. Learn the truth. All right. So I had a discussion today. Um, a few discussions today, like I always have on Facebook, and one of the discussions was um, one of the discussions was if you're from the South and you kind of you kind of run into people that tote the Confederate flag. You got people that have the Confederate flag on their cars, stickers on their cars. They wear shirts with Confederate flags on them, and all this time they're just living their life. Oh, it's heritage, not hate. You always hear that heritage, not hate. I don't hate anybody. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna burst your bubbles. Your heritage is hate. Your heritage is hate. That's the issue. And that's something that we don't want to deal with. And I think that is it's a deeper issue. People don't like to deal with the truth. And I'm just gonna be frank. And I'm just gonna say this and it's gonna sound so mean, but it's not mean, it's just the truth. Typical, especially in the South, white people don't like to deal with the truth. I mean, their parents teach them about Santa Claus, teach them about the Easter Bunny, teach them about the Tooth Fairy. They don't like to tell their children the truth. So this whole time you have white parents teaching their children the wrong stuff. They teach their children lies all the time. I don't know if they're trying to, you know, help their innocence. I don't know if they're trying to stop people, stop them from thinking about them in a certain way. I don't know what it is, but for some reason in the South, especially in the South, people that carry the Confederate flags say that, oh, this is Southern pride. But your Southern pride has to do with hate, has to do with racism. That's what your Southern pride is. I'm from the South. I have Southern pride. But guess what? I'm not going to use the Confederate flag and say Southern pride. No, I knew it was hate. I knew it was hate since I was in school. So it's not just Southern pride, it's actually Southern hate. That's not what it is. Your pride is hate. You were lied to. And we're going to talk about you being lied to tonight. Okay? All right, so let me pull up some information here and then we're going to get right into it. It's kind of I usually don't have to do the show where I'm at right now, but I wanted to make sure I do this show cuz I actually been busy all week and I haven't done a show all week. So I wanted to go ahead and do a show. Let me pull this up here. All right. Let me turn this down here. So I'm trying to do everything with one hand when I usually have two hands, but it's cool. It works. It works. All right, just a moment here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just sharing it to a few more places, and then we're gonna get into this heritage, not hate. Learn the truth. Yeah, let's see here. All right. Like I said, I'm not even used to the camera that's here, the camera that I'm using and all that. It's crazy. The mic that I'm using, I'm not used to that. I just hope that y'all guys can hear me well because I'm just trying to Make sure this is straight here. Hold on. Share. All right. All right. So, all right. So, when we talking about the flag, the Confederate flag, we're talking about um years and years and years of Southern pride, as they say, a Southern heritage, where the Confederates fought for states' rights, and it was the states' rights to keep slavery when they were trying to abolish slavery. Um, it's a treasonous heritage. It's not a wholesome heritage. It's not Southern hospitality. It's not that. It's not, you know, um, just smiling at everybody that you see and saying hello everywhere you go in the South, because that's what they do in the South. They say hello in the South. It's more. So when we're talking about heritage, not hate, I want to be frank with those people. The heritage is hate. The heritage is hate. The heritage is in the South, they fought a treasonous war against the American government to stop them from freeing the slaves. It was for states' rights. The state right to keep the slaves, to keep slavery. So the heritage is a heritage of hate. They say it's Southern pride. The Southern pride, the pride is that your ancestors in the South wanted to be treasonous slave owners. That is the truth. Today, I'm gonna learn the truth. Oh, and I'm gonna say this here. I'm gonna be real with you. I understand that you say it's heritage, not hate, and you might not even be a racist, or you might not even be someone that hates people. I agree with that. But when you find out the truth of what it actually means, because you've been lied to, whether it was by your parents, whether it was by your grandparents, you have been lied to. So the whole idea of you saying, oh, it's heritage, not hate, I get that. But after you understand that there's no such thing as Santa Claus, and you know that it's your parents giving you presents, it's time to stop believing in Santa Claus. When you know there's no one like the Tooth Fairy, and you understand that your brother or your sister or your cousin or your mom and dad took your tooth from under the pillow and put in a quarter or 50 cents or a dollar, depending on the tooth. And you realize as you got older that it was no such thing as the tooth fairy. After you find out there's no such thing as the tooth fairy, you grow the hell up and you put tooth fairy understanding away and say, oh, that was them putting money under my pillow. When you understand there's no such thing as the Easter bunny, and all the little candy, the Easter eggs with the candy inside of it was placed by people in your church or people in your neighborhood that put it around in your yard, or your parents, once you become old enough and you grow up and you start learning that it was a lie and it's not the truth, you grow the hell up and you say, this is the truth. Am I going to continue believing the lie? Or now I'm grown as hell and I'm going to believe the truth. It's either you believe the truth or you don't want to believe the truth. But when the truth is presented to you as your heritage is a heritage of hate, your Southern pride is a pride of some white people in the South that wanted to be treasonous against the American government and to keep slaves. Once you grow the hell up and find out that's what it's about when you wave the Confederate flag, do you say, do I want to be a child? And but I'm grown, but I'm gonna be a child and still believe the lie. Now let me tell you this: there's consequences to that. When you're waving that flag, and everybody else is grown as hell, and they understand things, and they know what that flag is. When someone calls you a racist for toting that flag, don't be like, oh, how dare you call me a racist? How dare you say I'm a racist? I'm not a racist. Yes, you are associated with racism. If you defend racism, you are being actively racist. If you defend a Confederate flag after you know the truth, you are now responsible for what you know and you are being actively racist. I'm not saying that you want to be racist. I'm not saying that you don't think that the Confederate flag is something else. But this is what it is. The Confederate flag is extremely racist. It comes from a racist beginning from the time of its conception. They say, well, the Confederate flag, there's so many Confederate flags. I can't just give one or two or the one that we do now that was more that became popular in the civil rights movement. Yes, and it was all racist too. It was white people trying to stop the civil rights movement, stop trying to stop black progression by using that battle Confederate battle flag, and it made it popular during the 1960s. But it's always been around. And that wasn't the first flag. The first flag of the Confederacy was racist, just like the second flag, the third flag, the fourth flag. All the flags are racist. So it don't matter which one you pick, they all racist. They're all a heritage of hate. We're not saying that you're trying to hate on people because you have the Confederate flag. I'm just trying to let you learn the truth. There are people literally listen to me, white people. I'm gonna call you out right now. Listen to me. You literally have people losing their jobs for just looking racist. Hear me what I say. You literally have people losing their jobs just for looking racist. I'm saying if you listen to my show, you won't look racist. I'm going to show you how to not look racist, especially when you're not racist. Come on. People have a lapse of it and then they look racist. All right, so let me go to some of these chats. Some people bringing up some stuff in the chat. So Jason says exactly, you become complicit in the propaganda of racism. That is absolutely true. That is right. I appreciate that, Jason. I appreciate you saying that. And that's what happens. You become complicit in the racism. That's what happens. You come complicit. And when you come complicit in the racism, you're racist. Like, there's no other way to cut that. Okay, I'm not a pie eater, but I'm getting cut a piece of a pie to eat. I'm helping cutting the pie, and then I'm taking off a slice and defending everybody that takes a slice. But I'm not a pie eater. You know, I'm not eating the pie. I got crumbs on my lips. You know, I didn't cut the pie, but I'm defending the people that cut the pie and gave it to me. But you know, I'm not a pie eater. No, you are a pie eater. You might not have cut the pie, but you defended the people that were cutting the pie as they were cutting it, and then you took a piece of it yourself. If you do that, you are part of the racist problem. So if you're part of the racist problem, more 9 times out of 10, I say 10 out of 10, but I'll give the one to the people that just can't come to grips with this yet. You are racist. Now, what you can do now, you know the truth of this heritage. Now you know the truth. Let the truth set you free. Free from racism. Let the truth set you free. Please let the truth set you free. You come, you come and you know the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Now it's time to grow the hell up and know the truth. Heritage, not hate. Yes, it's heritage, but your heritage is of hate. Your grandfather, your great grandfather, if they, you know, told you it was Southern pride, they must if they didn't know the truth, and that's understandable. Somebody down the line that told them that it was Southern pride knew the truth, and they passed down this fable. It is a fable to say it's just about Southern pride. It is about Southern pride, but that Southern pride is a pride of treasonous slave owners. It's anti-American. So let's break it down. The Confederate flag is treasonous and anti-American, and it is also racist. Once again, why is it racist? Because the people that tried to defend it in this slavery in the South, because America finally said, we're done with this. We need to stop slavery. And the South said, no, that's our bread and butter. That's this is our Southern hospitality. You get slave treatment. People when white people come down here, we use the slaves to bring them on into to the plantation and show them a good time and until they break them down. And we even have some sex slaves for them. And if they want to take a piece, we got some sex slaves that we bought for them people. This is our Southern heritage. Your Southern heritage was of sex trafficking, human beings, human trafficking. You had sex slaves. You you had slaves that couldn't even learn to read that you controlled, that did all the work for you. But black people are lazy, but they did all the work for you. But we ain't gonna go there. That's a little bit. I don't want to. I don't want to give you too much on your brain tonight. Let's read some more comments that's coming through. All right. So Jason says, "Yep, you will be identified and associated with that group. Racist. Stay out of the picture, and you won't get framed." Ooh, those are my sentiments. Jason, once again, appreciate you again, man. And like he said, if you don't want to be called racist, if you don't want to be called racist, don't do racist stuff. If you want to be called racist, then do racist stuff. Everybody that does racist stuff, and then when people or the world or the media calls you out and says that's racist, and they was like, "Oh no, I'm not racist." How do I? How do we identify racist people? Cause they do racist stuff. That's the only way we identify racist people. They don't have a sign on their forehead that says, "I'm racist. Stay away. I don't like people." We don't have that to detect racism and racism. What happens is we have the idea of people that do racist stuff, then we call them racist. If you are a basketball player, you have to play basketball. If you don't play basketball, we're not going to associate you as a basketball player. You get that? I want to break it down. For the women out there, if you don't cheerlead, you're not going to be called a cheerleader. If you don't want to be called a cheerleader, then you don't cheer. It's 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 that simple. You don't want to be called racist, so stop doing racist stuff. Stop taking the position that a racist would. And I always tell people in my groups, if you don't want to look racist when you post something, Before you post something, before you comment, stop and think. Would a true racist person agree with what I'm about to post? Would they like and share and pass it on to their racist friends? If you can say yes, then possibly you're saying something that a racist will say. And then somebody will associate you with racism. You don't want to be associated with racism? Stop associating yourself and being along the lines with people that say racist stuff. It's that simple. All right, let's look at some more comments, bring some more comments up. It said, okay, Jason again. He says, anyone who supports such the Confederate flag, even those who are willingly ignorant. Yes, all ignorance is not unintentional, are racist and support white supremacy. The ideology of whites as a super or superior party. Yes. So that's so true. Anyone who supports such as the Confederate flag, even those who are willingly ignorant. Yes, all ignorance is not unintentional. Are racist supporters of white supremacy. And that's what the flag is about. That's what the Southern Heritage is about. It was it was rooted in white supremacy. The whole country is inherently racist, but that's a whole nother story. We talking about the Confederate flag and how people try to defend it about heritage, not hate. And that's the thing. Oh, they love Miss Owens. Yes, they love, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about this comment. Let me put it back up on the screen. Let's talk about this comment. They love Miss Owens. Let me explain something to you. You cannot pick out one or two black people out of all the black people and say, yeah, that's what black people thinking. That's what black people believe. No, one or two of them don't speak for all of us. You have to listen to what the majority is saying. And those people that are speaking for what the majority is saying is speaking for us. And let me tell you something. This is why I think that's even racist in itself. And I'm going to break it down for you. When you have somebody like a Candace Owens, or even let's get it closer to home, you have somebody that's a, a so-called black friend. You have a black friend. And then the black friend, and then your cousin uses your black friend. Your cousin uses your black friend to tell other black people, hey, I'm not racist because I have a cousin that has a friend that's black. So they're using somebody like a Candace Owens to say, hey, see, I'm not racist. I agree with this black person. And why, black person, you see, a black person said it. One of you said it. One of yous said it. You said it. Another black person just like you said it. So that's the issue. That's the issue. We have an issue with people using the token black person that's getting paid by the establishment so they can so you can have an excuse to stay in your possible or highly possible racism. Okay? So yeah, so let's go some more. Jason said preach straight tokenism at its best. That's what it is. And that it's very racist. Listen, I created this YouTube channel and this show just in most of my people that that I interact with are mainly white people. I really started this show to help white people. I know, some of you guys want to really learn and how to not look racist, how to keep your jobs because people are losing their jobs just by having a slight lapse of racism. It could be a slip up or it could have been something racially insensitive and you lost your job. because people are losing their job for this. White people are losing their job for this. So I'm trying to show you, if you listen and you learn, I can show you how to not look racist. That's why I started this. It's really to help white people not look racist and show how they can be better allies to black people. Because I know that black people are tired. They're tired of teaching white people. I have a passion for it. So I say, hey, use me as a resource. Hit me up in the inbox. Say, hey, man, I had this thing at the job. Call in to the show. I had this thing going on at the job. And then, and this what was happening. And I just want to know, did I do this right? And what was it really that I was going wrong? And I can answer that right on this show. And I can show you what went wrong and how to not look racist and keep your job. You lose your job, that affects your family, that affects your children, that affects your husband, your wife, your family. Because now your family, your extended family, is is being associated with you because they're your family, and you look racist, and people think you're racist because you did something racist. So I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help you guys not look racist. Please, guys, just listen to the show. And then I do want to go to some comments that we were talking about today. Um, and then you guys, like I said, there's a link in there, and in the link it shows. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. The link right here. If you guys want to come in and chat, you just follow this link, and I can put you on the show. You can chat. We can have a discussion if you have any questions or you have any doubts about something I said, or you say disagree with something I said. Hey, I'm here to listen too. We all can learn together. I tell you this, I will challenge your thoughts. I will challenge your thought process. So I'm going to ask questions, and I might ask some tough questions that might be a little hard to answer, but be prepared. I am going to do that. There's nothing wrong with me doing that either. All right, so I'm gonna repost it in the chat because I don't know if some of y'all guys can see it. If y'all guys are bold enough to come on here and chat, then we definitely can do this. Okay, so I did send it out to the YouTube channel, and I did send it out to the Facebook. It just went out to Facebook. So okay, so let me pull up some of these comments here, and we're gonna get into it. And we had some good discussions today in the groups that I'm in. So let's see here. Let me pull that back. Pull that back. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all guys coming in, and coming coming on the shows. Appreciate you, Jason, for coming out. Appreciate that. Um, I'm gonna be more consistent when we was doing some things at the church, and had me out here doing some things. But yeah, we're gonna be a little bit more consistent. Next next week's show, I wanted to do the last week of each month. I want to do special topics week where we're not going to talk about racism. We're going to have special topics, and every three shows in that last week of every month, we're going to talk about, just a special topic. Next week is going to be about relationships. So we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about why women are single, why are men single, and why people are not getting married. We're going to talk about that next week. So we're going to have a special topics week. And, just so we can take a break from this talk, be on something a little bit more light, and then we're gonna enjoy it from there. And then the next week, the first week of the next month, we right back talking about, and I'm be teaching more about different things. But I do want to talk about next week. I might do it on a Monday show, and then on Wednesday show, Thursday show, Wednesday show and Friday show, we'll have those two special topics that we're going to talk about. And tell everybody that we're gonna have a special topic. We're gonna really talk about some stuff. I might have some special guests, coming in, so we can really have something, something juicy to talk about, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Bringing up some information here. Yeah, so next week I do want to talk about we're going to talk about reparations. We're going to go from there. But let me pull up some of this stuff. I'm actually getting a call. Let me pull up some of this stuff and then we go on and let me pull that down real quick and we'll just give it some time here. All right. So we're gonna take a breather. Okay, so we back. All right. So yeah, I had a phone call. Had to take a phone call. That's why I'm not in my normal place that I normally do this. So I had to take a quick phone call, and then get this taken care of. But definitely, let's see here. But yeah, but the shows. If you guys want to know what time's the show, it's at 9 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you guys go ahead, like and share, and also follow the page. And I'm also on YouTube as well at hashtag Peter Anderson Show. Um, and then you guys go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, so you can get the notifications. All right, but we're gonna get into some of these comments too as well. Um, let's see here. All right, let's see. All right, I think this is it here. All right, so I had a topic that was coming up today. We spoke about it, and I just want to expound on it. And some of my haters and detractors, they want they call me racist for talking about racism, which is weird, and it's crazy because I do want to say something about that. I'm here to educate, and I'm here to show you um different things that in a different perspective that you might not have gotten before. So when I post something in these groups and then your response to me is, "Oh, you're racist, Peter, because you talk the person that's screaming racist, racism the loudest is the biggest racist." What? And then I had to realize that everybody's comprehension levels aren't the same. Everybody is not uh every ev- everybody's everybody's minds aren't the same level and comprehension mind on the same level. I just got a new comment here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So I had a discussion with someone online. I'm not gonna say her name. It's already on the in the group. Um, and I will post it. I believe I posted in the Peter Anderson Show group, so you guys can take a look at that. And I just want to expound on it more because I know I had a lot of people um, saying something about it. But I do want to touch what I was touching on before, that when you, instead of saying, I never thought about it that way, that's an interesting way to think about it. Instead of you should be doing that instead of attacking me. Now it looks like a black man is trying to say his truth, his piece, and instead of you saying, I never thought about that, or it's that's terrible, you want to say I'm racist. And then you start attacking me and you saying that, oh, you hate all white people. And then, you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. So you took that time as a white person to start hauling insults as at a black man. Doesn't you don't think that looks racist? You don't think other people that seeing that might think that you're racist? You don't think that's how people clip information, send it to your job, and say, "Look what this man is saying online." What I'm saying is okay. My job is good with that. I'm not saying anything wrong. They know they have groups at my job that there's safe space to talk about all this. So I'm not worried about that. You might be worried about that. I'm not. So I just want to show you that even that in that you can look racist. But okay. All right, so let's go on. All right, so there is. I'm gonna share to my screen. I'm gonna share it. I want you to see. I want you to see what was said. Let me pull it up. Actually. All right. Let's see here. Jason said, "This is so dope." I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's a passion of mine, man. I just like to tell the truth and talk about this, and hopefully, I can help my fellow man in doing it. And I think I enjoy that. I really do, really do. All right, so I'm pulling it up here. I'm gonna share my screen here. Then you can see the actual post. All right. I'm not gonna. I'm trying not to share too much of the group information if you're not part of the group. So let me share this. Share my screen. Share this screen here. All right. All right. So you see this right here. Let me make it bigger here. All right. All right. Now they don't really show how I wanted to show. So let me go here. Let me keep it like that. Or I can do like this. All right. Let's do it like this. Okay. So it was really funny because I hate to laugh at this and I'm gonna try to I, I didn't want to show it at first. I wasn't gonna show it, but I'm gonna show it and I want to expound upon it. And this is not to throw shade at this person. And sometimes you just don't know. You say some stuff and you just don't know. And instead of you saying, I never thought about it that way, you you just say some crazy stuff and then you attack a black man as a white woman or a white man and then you go from there. But it's not shade against her, and I understand that people are learning, and I like how people engage. But I rather them engage so we can really understand each other. If they call into the show, and they say, "All right, let's talk about racism. Let's talk about." I want to hear from a black perspective. I want to hear from a white perspective, and it's a safe space, and we can all build and talk to one another. So let's go. Let's. So she said this was a conversation about I said this is a conversation about the Confederate flag where we're talking about heritage, not hate. All right. I said she really thought she was saying something, and it was funny to me. And I deal with a lot of BS. So when I want to laugh, it's not necessarily you, but the info. But I have to take my laughs when I get them because there's a lot of things that put on and it weighs heavy on me. So when I can get a laugh out of something, I get a laugh. And when people think I talk condescending to them, I kind of do because it's just like it's so much information out here, and we all grown. Why do you want me to baby you by giving you this information? I don't understand. But anyway, all right. So let's just say what she said. So let's bring up what she said. She said, "People are racist. Things are not racist." So I said, "Okay." I said, "So symbols mean nothing." She said, "Depends on who used them and what for what purposes. For what purpose?" And then I was like, "Let me break it down for you. Last time, this is the last time. Here it goes. A pair of shoes doesn't mean anything until you put a symbol on it. For example, sneakers don't mean anything until you put a Nike check on them. Then those sneakers represent Nike. Just do it, and I can, etc. The fabric used to make the flag means nothing. It means nothing. Okay? Says uh, it says it means nothing until you put the Confederate symbol on it. Okay? That's what we're saying. So she was trying to say that you'll see in the next one what she was trying to say. And I was like, okay. So I said, um, at the top here, if you look at the top right here, it says, I said, you are right. It's cut off. It says, you are right. The cloth isn't racist. The cloth itself isn't racist because it is an inanimate object, but the symbol stands for racism. So if you fly it, just know you do have an inanimate object in your hand, and you are possibly the racist one. You're flying a symbol of racism. You're possibly the racist one. Just like, just like anything else. Like if you take a swastika, if you're flying a swastika, we might say, hey, you're racist and you hate Jews. I mean, you won't see no Jewish person put on a swastika. And I had a whole argument with somebody, and they would never call into the show because they're scared calling into the show. They just scared, and I understand you're scared. Hey, if you scared, say you scared. That's what we say in the South. If you scared, say you scared. And that's it. And put up the information on here. And so Carrie Kuzman said she just wants to legitimize the flag. She knows full well what it means. Wonder if the American flag doesn't mean anything either. Right. And that's the whole thing about this post. Let's continue what she was saying. She was saying heavy side. This is her trying to get me and say, oh, y'all got Peter. She was like, I see you still do not know the meaning of the word. Okay. She said, let me try it this way. You are racist, as evident by your daily racist posts. So she's calling me racist. So instead of understanding what I was saying, she's attacking me. She said, you are the racist, as evident by your daily racist posts, because I post about racism. I'm the biggest racist. Okay. It's just a deflection tool. I've been past that, so I don't really care. She said, black men are not a symbol of racism against white people, but you yourself are. See the difference? And I said, black is a color. Let me pull this down. I said, black is a color, not a symbol. She said black. I said black is not a color. Black is a color, not a symbol. I said, I'm not going to say you are slow. I'm just going to say that you aren't as fast as others, ma'am. Respectful, ignore. So sometimes I ignore people. We talked earlier, later on during the day, but I definitely, went and was able to talk about that as well. It was crazy, but I do want to expound on that before I close up the show. Time is getting away from me, but I definitely wanted to give people a chance to call in. I posted a link. Don't say I ain't give y'all a chance. And I do want to comment about people not wanting to get on. And I'm gonna post the link again. I People not wanting to come on. And they talk so much. They talk so much online, and it's so time consuming because you're sitting there texting and you're trying to message people, and then eventually you like, okay, I'm tired. This is going to take too much of my time, and I got other people that want me to at least answer some in some kind of way. So I said, okay, if you're gonna write me monologues, I'm going to message you back and say, hey, call into the show. I don't think me texting is gonna do what I got to say to you justice. So I want to give what I want to say to you justice, but call into the show. You can call into the show and say, I don't want people to see my face. Then you can just call. There's a toll free number. I didn't do it today because the way my setup is right now today, but I have a toll free number that you can call and say and call in, and you can just talk your voice and you can say, remember the post of XYZ, and I won't say your name if you don't want that. But the problem is, I think the problem is that you probably will look crazy. You probably will look racist. And I will defend that you're not racist. I will defend it on my show because I want my show to be a safe space for people to come and talk. But I think a lot of you guys are scared because you really don't have any substance. You really have nothing of substance to say other than attack me. And then attacking me makes you look racist. So why even comment? So if you got something substance and you got some facts that you want to share, actual facts, not opinions. There's a difference between facts and opinions. And I broke that down a long time ago in the group what facts and opinions are. That's something that you should have learned in elementary school because I think you start learning it in first grade, and I think the last time you actually learn what facts and opinions are in fifth grade, if my memory serves me correctly. I know we start in first grade because I have a first grader, and we would talk about facts and opinions because I was her teacher last year when she was home from due to COVID. I had her home with me while I worked, and in between what I had to do, I was her teacher. So I taught her about facts and opinions in first grade. So you should have learned that in elementary school. And a lot of y'all don't know what facts and opinions are. All right, let's see what information. Kuzma Curry said, I'm one of those that will type a Facebook monologue. No, I've seen your monologues, and I do want to say I appreciate you. I do want to say that on live. I appreciate you with those monologues, and I try to read all of them, but I definitely like everything. I wish I had like you on my team to say, hey, let me. I want you as my researcher, but I'll talk to you about that later. Anyways, because you come with the facts, straight facts, and sometimes I read a lot, but I can't read everything that's been ever printed, about the subject, but I can read as much as I can. So I definitely want, I need a researcher to research stuff and fact check what I say so I make sure I'm accurate, and that's always good to know, good to have. But I would say this though, some people that dispute what I'm saying, they want to write a monologue and then they get mad at me as if my time is not my own and I'm supposed to comment back to them. And you better comment to me, Peter. That makes you look racist when you do that. When you demand my time to comment. Let me all right, yeah, same thing. Same thing, Kuzma. Yeah, much love. Always here to help the right folk. Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I really do. Honestly, 100%. And it's not just you. It's a few other people out there too, and you see them too on the groups. So yeah, I do appreciate all of y'all. And I appreciate your long monologues because they be to the facts. So if people actually read them, they'll actually learn something. If instead of what I say, and sometimes I need help, and you guys help me out instead of answering everything, I just be like what you say and look at what you say. I'm like, hey, you are on point. I don't got to say nothing here. But people demand my time to say, hey, you are wrong, Peter. Or if I'm wrong, come on my show and prove the black man wrong. I'm just trying to be your neighbor because it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? I'm trying to be your neighbor, your black neighbor. That is that is so neighborly that he doesn't mind having these tough conversations with you. So I'm your black neighborly neighbor, Peter. So you can call me your neighbor, Peter. And I want to be able to show you, hey, we're all in this country together. So we got to figure this thing out together. And I'm going to show you how to navigate through racial boundaries. And I'm going to show, if you listen, I'm going to show you how to do these things. And if you think I'm wrong, call into my show and say, Peter, you're wrong. This is where you're wrong. And then we can talk about it. We can ask questions and we can challenge each other's way of thinking. And I might learn something and you might learn something. But a lot of detractors, haters, and distractors, I don't think that I'm going to be the one learning something. I think they lack articulation, so they like to text. So they lack articulation, and I think they lack um, skills talking. Talking skills. Like they don't. They're probably socially awkward people, and I think that they think that if they get on here, I'm gonna make them look crazy. Possibly yes, I'm gonna probably make them look stupid. So they don't want to come on here and look stupid. But they call me stupid online. But I'm like, let's talk about it. I don't have time to do a whole monologue on Facebook to every person that comments on my stuff. Only have time for what I have time for. And I say, if you have time, call into the show. But it's I guess it's not important for you enough. Then you try to make it seem like it's something wrong with me. Oh, it's not important. You only comment when you need facts and you need to go research. No, I don't need to research anything. I only talk about stuff that I know that I've already researched. So the research is finished. I might go pull back that research that I did to post it to so you can see it. But other than that, the research has been done. So if you want to call in my show, don't give no excuses about calling my show. I'm calling y'all people out. And if I got to start calling people out by name, and embarrassing y'all just so y'all can come on the show and actually talk because you talk real slick online and you come at me and oh, Peter, you're racist. I love white people. I can't be, first of all, I can't be racist. Let's get that straight. And I always say that black people need white people to end racism because it's the only way racism is going to end if white people become anti-racist. So I need white people. Most of my close allies in this fight to get against racism are white women. Let's be honest. There's white men too that I have, but the ones that are more outspoken in the groups are white women. So I appreciate all the white people, white men and women that come and want to end racism like I do. So, but let me get out of here. It's been a great show tonight. Hold on. We had a lot of viewers tonight. We had some people, commenting. I appreciate the comments and the engagement. Y'all kept it. But before you go, please don't stop what you're doing. Go ahead, like, subscribe on YouTube. You can follow YouTube. Let me post my YouTube link while y'all playing. Hold on. Now I gotta pull up YouTube. Now I gotta log in because, like I said, I'm not even at my desk that I normally do this at. I'm actually somewhere else waiting on somebody doing. So I pulled up the laptop and I'm just doing it from my laptop. I usually don't use the laptop camera or anything like that. I have my own camera or whatever. But like I said, I do this out of the love for people. Um, I do this because I love everybody and I want to see a change in America. Even in my local town, I want to see a change. A lot of people are oblivious and they don't see the racism even in my local town, and it's here. Because when a black person gets shot unjustly or something happens like that, the response that we get is overwhelmingly too many racist people live here. So we got to make that change. And I know there's a lot of white people that don't want to be racist and don't want to be associated with that. And I always give the remedy. The remedy is if you don't want to be racist, be anti-racist. If you're anti-racist, you're no longer racist anymore. So join the fight. Help black people, help you end racism because we need you. We need you, white people. And this is coming from your black neighborly neighbor, Peter Anderson. Your black neighborly neighbor is right. Right again. We were talking about the Confederate flag. I want to talk about reparations next episode, and I want to have a healthy debate. So the people that my critics and detractors, come on here and we have a healthy debate, and we get to talk about reparations and why people saying we want black people need reparations. But I will say this before we the next show: if you are a person that says, "Oh, America doesn't owe black people nothing. White people doesn't owe black people nothing." After all that history that you hear, and you say that, you're taking a stance of a racist person. I'm not saying that you're racist, but if somebody call you racist after you take that stance, don't feel bad because you're taking a stance. Peter is telling you. Your neighbor is telling you that it's a racist stance. So stop taking that stance. You look racist. And why I say that I'm your neighborly neighbor? Because I was told to love my neighbors as myself. I wish somebody would tell me this stuff. If I was in your position, I wish I had there somebody tell me this stuff. So I'm taking up that mantle. And you could call it I hate people if you think I hate people, but I don't hate people. I hate nobody. I love everybody. Why I created this show? It is for white people. And we're going to learn what and how how to not be racist and how and what we can do to be better allies. But y'all take care, and I do want to post this last comment up here. It's like Kuzman Carey said, keep doing it. It will help make the world a better for all of our kids. And that's what I'm doing for. I have kids and I want a better world for them because we have to do our part. And I'm just trying to get everybody to do their part because you look further down the road, make this world a better place. All right. So your neighbor, I wish I had my music with me. I usually have my music and all my lights and everything, but your neighborly neighbor is signing out. You guys take care. You guys share. Go on YouTube and post. Go ahead, like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I'm trying to reach to 100 subscribers. Almost there. I'm at 96, 97, 98. Somewhere just two more people need to subscribe. Let's reach 100, you know? And I'm doing this for educational purpose. So you guys take care. You share it in different groups that might like it and so, support the channel by doing that. Sharing a post is free. You don't have to pay anything for sharing a post. So go ahead and share it. You guys take care. I'm out. All right. All right. Take care. We out of here. Wish I had my music so we can jam to the music while we get out of here. All right, you guys take care. All right, we doing it. All right.